Welcome to the Tech Talks Daily Podcast, where you can learn and be inspired by real-world examples of how technology is transforming businesses and reshaping industries in a language everyone can understand. Here is your host, Neil C. Hughes.
Welcome back to the Tech Talks Daily Podcast. Now, a quick question for you all today. Do you ever wish your social media content looked a little bit more professional and had that wow factor, but you cannot afford the Adobe Creative Suite and just don't have the time, inclination to just learn how to get the most out of those complex packages? If you're the kind of person that just wants to open up an app on your phone and tap the screen and it automatically gives your next social post a wow factor for you, then you might be interested in today's guest, who is the co-founder of an app called Prequel. Now, Prequel is a photo and video editing app with unique effects and editing tools. And they have 30 million iOS downloads and 21 million Android downloads. 2 million prequels are created every single day. 2.1 million on Instagram and 1.7 million on TikTok. But I wanted to learn more about the technology that they're using to bring all of this to life. So buckle up and hold on tight as I beam your ears all the way to New York City so we can speak with Timur Khabirov, co-founder of Prequel. So a massive warm welcome to the show. Can you tell the listeners a little about who you are and what you do?
Okay, hi Neil. First of all, I would like to thank you for these invitations and having me today. I really enjoy your podcast and I'm happy to be a part of it. Let me tell you about myself a little bit. My name is Timur. I've been in business as long as I remember myself, pretty much my whole life, let's say. My major product created so far is Prequel and was founded in 2018 with my friend, Serge Alyseenko. He is also co-founder of Prequel. And today I won't hesitate to call Prequel a top editing app in America. We follow and moreover give a trend direction on modern market. We are well known worldwide. Let's say we can call ourselves trendsetters on the design market. And our users mostly the Generation Z, the Zoomers, celebrities and famous brands. And did you know that Gucci, all Kardashians, Billie Eilish, Bella Hadid, Jean-Paul Gaultier are all using Prequel?
No, that's incredible.
By the way, do you have Prequel in your house?
I don't, but at the end of this podcast, I will be downloading it. If it's good enough for Billie Eilish and Kim Kardashian, then it's good enough for me.
I'll provide you the promo code as well.
Like you said, you are the co-founder of Prequel, the photo and video editing app with unique effects and editing tools. But can you tell me more about the story behind the company, what you set out to achieve from the very beginning, and where the idea for Prequel came from?
We work on a variety of apps, mostly on B2B segment. I also work on some complex different projects for corporate solution, for corporate world, which required not only critical but creative thinking as well. But back then, I didn't really have an experience on creating something directly for common users, for the mass market. I would say that back then in 2018, an era of smartphones and users who were basically born with the iPhone in their hand was just starting to take its center stage. For me, a so-called newspaper interface became outdated and replaced by a full screen format. Here and now, we observe the world and we promote our ideas through the full screens. Therefore, from service products, we soon moved into developing in graphic technologies based on augmented reality and computer vision, let's say. The purpose of that was to make a content more interesting, more lifelike, and to be able to reflect a user's moods at the moment. Okay, to put it simple words, we realized that our mission is to combine a current full screen trend in our product and graphic experience so it can be 100% user-friendly. Our product should be simple and creative at the same time. That's how we basically ended up with an idea of Prequel. I do love design and technology, but prior to Prequel, my passion in design was only seen in the products I've created for someone else, but not for the mass market. Now Prequel is design itself. It's accurate expression of my vision as of a creative person. I feel like With Prequel, both me and my partner combined our experiences in entrepreneurship and business, let's say, design and technologies. We combined three ways together.
Love that. And here in 2021, Prequel is a photo and video editing app with unique effects and editing tools. And I don't know if these stats are up to date, but before you came on the podcast, I found that the product regularly reaches the top 10 rank in its category. You have over 51 million installs, and every day 2 million prequels are being created that can be seen on Instagram, TikTok, and all those social networks that we all hang out on. And furthermore, you've got a growing social media pages too, with 2 million subscribers on Instagram and 1.6 million on TikTok. So I've got to ask, are there any viral videos that listeners might know of that were actually created on Prequel?
Not only viral videos. Prequel is the aesthetic by itself.
Yeah.
With the whole branch of social media design, the various creators make all their content in Prequel style. And there's a lot of aesthetic of prequels. It's a dive into the atmosphere of 40s, 70s, 80s, 90s. We started from Lumiere brothers. And my attention and the attention of the Prequel team is focused on the details, like devil in details, right? And we make every content look as aesthetic as possible and authentic as well. While the other apps imitate the style of the epoch, we make the era visible and they're trendy but authentic and true. And if you type aesthetic, more than 90% of the content created with Prequel in any platform, TikTok or Instagram. And we've gained this space and we'll keep on doing this. We're expanding the aesthetics of Prequel, making it even more sophisticated. We're constantly taking new creators on Prequel's board. We're more than a simple challenge or simple trend for viral videos. We're the next level. I would say nobody has ever done what we do.
I was just going to say, for anyone listening that learning about Prequel for the first time, maybe they're downloading it while we're talking here. How does it work? And can you walk the listeners through how to get the most out of the platform?
Also, it's not complicated instruction needed, like it's very user friendly. Just come to the platform. That's all you need to do. Just get the cool content from your side. That's it. We're staying on one top art. Come choose aesthetics for today's mood. That's it. Or search for an inspiration on the platform. Want some experiments? Okay. Come on the platform and do whatever you want. We have huge varieties of tools. But we make an intuitive product and we're user-friendly. Come and create, that's it. One tap and you'll have the amazing content or challenge or piece of art, whatever you want. Have an idea, find all tools required to implement them in life. Have no ideas? Okay, just one tap and that's it. Go ahead. Anyway, you'll get something that stands out. Imagine having a picture or video that looks like it was created by a whole group of professionals. But in reality, you only had to spend a few minutes on the top of the app. That's it. No more complicated tools like on the desktop. Or here's everything you need. That's it. You only need Prequel. It has everything to express the idea or deliver your message.
Like I was saying a few moments ago, Prequel does regularly reach the top 10 rank in its category. And we will have a lot of startup founders and mobile app developers that are listening to our conversation today. So for those people, what do you think the secret is to standing out in that crowded mobile app market?
I would say our secret is on our approach. Really, none of our rivals on the market want to explore the topic and the demand of the users. They don't try to understand what the users need or what they are interested in. They don't know their customers, I would say. And they make superficial products. It's not authentic, it's fake. Not all of the users know they can find something better. Our advantage is our aiming for perfection. We do huge research, first of all, analyze history of art, trends, books. For example, while we're working on the polar effect Polaroids, right? We literally divided Helmut Newton book into the molecules to get how his test Polaroid images were made. That's why we get authentic effects and authentic products. My advice for the beginners: create a true, live, and honest product. I can assure you the audience always feels it, always. It used to be a limited number of products, and those who shuddered the loudest and were noted by the audience. These times are gone. People are learning to sort out. The majority prefers the quality. No way to treat the audience. They value the truth. Truth is the main trend through all the times, and the art itself never lies, right? Actually, that is why we're committed to the art, and that is why we're extremely decent in business. We are honest, I would say. That's the only secret of ours, especially if you work with generations.
Yeah, and speaking of that, what kind of apps do you think hold the biggest appeal to Generation Z audiences that might typically have app fatigue and don't download as many apps? Is there any tips you can offer there?
Of course, it's still evolution on the market, and the market gonna come up with many new solutions for the Generation Z. But right now, it's TikTok, Snapchat for sure in United States, Kick Messenger maybe, Fortnite, of course, and Prequel. We're talking about the six. It's Prequel.
And as this is a tech podcast, the question I've got to ask is, what is the tech behind Prequel's success, and how have you leveraged technology to create something that is completely unique from other solutions out there?
We have studied augmented reality and computer vision for a long time. All our effects and filters are based on the technology of augmented reality and computer vision. Let's call it augmentation, based on algorithms, based on like neural networks, computer vision. We provide the augmentation for your content and tons of details to make users' content look unique. You'd be surprised how long does it take for creating some effects. They may look simple, for example, for you, or easy to create, but trust me, there is a huge work behind the chip. Not only design, but the serious programming, math, artificial intelligence, neural networks, object recognition, and so on. Our goal is to make the life of our users as easy as possible, and don't spend tons of time editing content. Prequel will do it for you. It will give you ideas so you can create high quality content within minutes. That's the main point of our computer vision technologies. Just one tap and you will have like amazing bling bling style stars. But we work on that technologies for 6 months. Very unique algorithms behind the scenes. And I can repeat, it's computer vision, neural networks, R&D, whatever. Tons of technologies.
I'm curious, are there any emerging technologies that excite you? And also what I was going to ask is, do you think that technology will enhance human creativity rather than replace it? Because there's a lot of talk at the moment of people saying that artificial intelligence will replace human creativity, but I don't think it will. It will enhance it, won't it?
My strong opinion and my position that humans' creativeness will never be replaced, never, by artificial intelligence. For example, segmentation. However, neural networks can easily cut a person's silhouette out of the image in no more than 1 second. Imagine approximately 10-15 years ago, designers, the Photoshop designers, had to cut out pixel by pixel in Photoshop. That will take at least 10 or 15 or 20 minutes. You will have spent hours maybe. Now it can be done immediately, less than a second. And computer technology makes the process of creation easier. That's the main point. The creator focuses only on the creation itself. That's it. He doesn't spend hours on montage, on wherever, cutting videos. It's all about one tap. That's the main point. In my opinion, I'll repeat, the creativeness of the humans will never be replaced by technologies. Technologies are the only, they provide solution to help people not spend time on the editing. Just spend your time on your content, on your ideas first.
And that's one of the things I love about what you've created here, because not everybody is a Photoshop genius or knows the way around Lightroom and Premiere Pro, etc. And they haven't, not only that, they haven't got the time to learn or even the inclination and interest. They just want to create the content and make it look as good as possible. So I love how you've used technology here to simplify it and make it possible for anybody to be creative. That is the cool aspect. But obviously, you strike me as the kind of guy that's not just going to put Prequel out there and then there it is. It's constantly going to be evolving and improving. So what are your future development plans at Prequel? Where do you go from here with it?
We'll support the community of our creators, definitely. We already overcome trend in any kind of a narrow direction. We set up a creative community, and obviously we'll develop this potential into something cool, a kind of further form of Prequel. We'll keep on going. Wait news from Prequel real soon. We're going to come up with something here, some new modules.
I do love a good teaser, so I'll be keeping a lookout for that. I'm going to be downloading the app and having a play with myself, see what mischief I can get up to. But for anyone listening, where can they find out more details about Prequel? Where can they download the app and even contact your team if they've got any questions?
Download Prequel on the App Store or Google Play Store. Well, the most obvious is Prequel.
Yeah.
The only significant things are your idea, mission, and product, not your face. Want to know the Prequel and this creative community? Go to Prequel. Want to get access to tomorrow's trends? Go to Prequel platform. And we'll keep on podcasting and creating something cool. If you don't want to miss it, hang out in the Prequel and follow me on Instagram and the Prequel as well, and the TikTok. Yeah, it's very intuitive.
Yeah, well, I'll add those links to the blog post that accompany this episode, so people can also follow you on TikTok and Instagram and see the kind of things that you create using your own technology as well. But it's incredibly cool what you're doing here. Love how you've simplified it for people, but more than anything, just a big thank you for joining me on the podcast today.
Neil, thank you so much.
Since launching in 2018, Prequel now has 30 million iOS downloads, 21 million Android downloads, 2 million Prequels are created every day, 2.1 million followers on Instagram, and 1.7 million on TikTok. It's incredible the numbers that they're getting there. And if we do have any mobile app developers or startup founders, I'd love to hear your thoughts on how you've built similar success on app stores, because there is a lot of app fatigue out there at the moment, and standing out and appealing to those Gen Z audiences, that's a subject that I'd love to hear more about too. And I've got to admit, I am a sucker for apps that make my life easy. So when I finish this outro, I will be downloading Prequel and we'll be having a play to see what I can create. But let me know your thoughts and share your creations by emailing me, techblogwriter@outlook.com. My website is techblogwriter.co.uk, where you'll find over 1,550 other interviews. We talk about just about everything on this podcast. And over the next 7 days, I've got a guest lined up for you from a different industry every single day, from somewhere different in the world. How cool is that? So all that's left for me to say is a big thank you for listening, and until next time, don't be a stranger.
Thank you for listening to the Tech Talks Daily Podcast with Neil C. Hughes. Remember, technology works best when it brings people together.